where gets tough, and I bet it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need somebody to be there for you, Cowboy Coffee will be by your side. It's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that would aid kickstart your day. So whether you're working or just creating beautiful memories with friends and loved ones, Cowboy Coffee will be there with you every single moment. So no matter where you're at, as you chase those goals, keep Cowboy Coffee, stay motivated and going. Remember, Cowboy Coffee is with you every single moment. Now, let's check what is trending on next.
Yes, it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah.
And Cross It Out is back.
Yeah.
And we're going
to Ebenezer Senior High. Kodansuman. Which means that we're all going to be there.
Oh, Kodansuman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kodansuman.
Somebody will come.
DC. Yes. Okay, so it's on your screens right now. Of course, Jamal Cross It Out, MX24, making sure that happens. And yes, Ebenezer Senior High.
Of course, our
beautiful
Yabitha is going to be there.
Is on there, so
with the energy.
Yes, with the whole squad.
Vibe.
The whole squad.
There's a very good friend of mine who is like in love with Yabitha.
In what way?
The only thing is that I can't tell her.
In what way?
And then no.
In what way?
And no.
Kache be man say.
Oh nyampo.
Because yeah, guys, once our friend me Dada Kid. Would you know what the Dada is there for?
So yeah, the Dada.
Shit. You don't know.
So yeah, Dada.
You don't know.
What's what? Oh yeah, Dada.
Just say omobe ba. Just say. Oh my God.
I see. So this morning, yes, we're going to Ebenezer Senior High School in Dansuman. It's all about Cross It Out. And if you're hearing about Cross It Out for the very first time, this is what we're doing, okay? The Jamal Cross It Out is one of the greatest initiatives the world has ever experienced, let me say it that way. Because we talk about breast cancer every single October,
the month of October.
In the month of what did I say? Every single month of October. Every October we talk about crossing out breast cancer, and the campaign is intense during October. And we said that listen, October alone is not enough to loud the conversation about breast cancer, because we realize that every single year the numbers increase. So we said that listen, at MX24 we're going to extend it through the entire year. Also, we're going to focus on an area that lots of people are not focusing on, and that is the senior high schools. These children feel like, they are far from the conversation, breast cancer. But what we've realized is that the numbers in young people, dealing with this breast cancer situation is increasing. So then we have to educate our young girls about breast cancer. And that is why we're here. And good thing is that we're not only talking breast cancer, we're talking young girls empowerment, we're talking about every other thing that empowers the young girl, including knowing about breast cancer and every other disease that, stifles the growth of the development of the young girl, okay? So please join us, join the conversation online as well, if you cannot join us on campus, of course. Join the conversation online. Let's make this a bit more louder than we have already. And a big shout out to the team that makes this happen, Shandov and the entire squad. You are absolutely amazing. So today we're going to Ebenezer Senior High School, and it's all about Cross It Out. Now let's get into what is trending.
Cross it
Cross it out, cross it t. Cross it out with electricity.
Hey, electricity, baby. Oh, Lord.
I miss singing this song. Cross it out, cross it t.
Fair enough.
Cross it out with electricity.
Let's get into the trends. A lot of sports is trending. I mean, the FIFA Club World Cup? Yeah, Club World Cup is blazing left, right, center. Yes, and a whole lot is happening.
Yeah.
So with the Magic, I'm just going to leave that one for Sedinam to... My name is Sedinam Edmond to come through and, do what he does best with that. Give us all the filler. On the other side, Oklahoma too is trending because, when it comes to NBA, they've won the title.
Yeah, did I chance on it yesterday?
Oklahoma City. OKC.
No, I mean, yesterday I slept this morning.
You slept this morning. What are you doing?
I don't even know.
Do you sleep at all?
Hey, tell you right now,
No, the Thursdays is for you. It's not for anybody. Thursdays, no. You, the Thursdays is for you.
It's true.
It's the reason why we even have Thursdays cry in the first place. When we were designing the whole show, we decided to put for you, because you don't sleep.
Because it's serious though.
And you've infected me too with that.
You don't sleep.
You.
As long as you're watching BBC and just updating yourself, or watching a nice movie. So I eventually, we didn't talk about what we did over the weekend. Let's talk about it.
What did you do?
Okay, my weekend was quite eventful. I enjoyed this weekend. I just got tired. I just also realized that, she said, no, ask my eyebrow, because it's like, because I don't have energy for certain things I used to have a lot of energy for. And it's sad. I didn't think this day would come, where I'm not enjoying being outside, It was sad. But anyway, I think it was a really, really great weekend. But I did finish Suits this weekend. After 3 years. How many
episodes?
I think it's 10.
How many seasons is it?
10. 8.
10 seasons. 8.
And then 8 and 10. It's between 8 and 10. So it's probably 9. So I eventually finished it yesterday. So okay. I scrolled all the way to the end, and then I started watching from the back to see what I didn't watch. So I went to the last season. That's why when you asked me what episode that
I actually even lost
season,
track. So I think
I'll look for it and get back to you. Okay?
Yeah. I think I need to go back to.
So what I do is I go all the way back to the last season and then watch from there.
Okay.
And to make sure I do baby, me say okay, I've watched that already.
All right. Okay.
So I did finish Suits. I started watching Suits 4 years ago. Because I mean, anybody who knows me knows that I want to study law at some point. So I wanted something that would motivate me. And obviously Jessica Pearson is my girl. She taught me the fashion sense. In fact, my fashion sense, if you look at it properly, you see a bit of Jessica Pearson in there with a little bit of bulletins in there. So yes, I eventually finished that, and I thought it was really incredible the way the story ended. I was hoping it would be one of those stories that the lover boy does not marry the lover girl, and then we look for a different story. But Donna eventually married Harvey. Harvey Specter actually married Donna, and I thought, oh my God, why did that happen? I thought that was like really boring.
Boring?
Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. I don't know why I didn't want that to happen. I thought they were both too sharp for each other. Someone should be, I don't think the house would be fun. Because they're both just too, and Donna knows Harvey through and through. So if you haven't watched Suits, please go and watch. Okay, go and watch. You understand what I'm saying. And then Louis also married Rachel. I thought that was really also very boring. But okay.
You're joking.
I'm serious.
So what happened to Mike?
Mike married Rachel.
But he said Louis.
No, but this is... Oh.
There we go.
Sorry,
so you got me confused.
Yeah, I got you confused.
That's why I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Louis?
Yeah, Louis didn't marry Rachel. What's Louis's girlfriend's name again? The principal with the glasses. Oh God.
No, I forgot her name.
Oh God, yeah. It's not Gretchen. Gretchen is the front desk lady. Yeah. Yeah, so but I eventually did that. And then this weekend as well, my baby boy graduated from school. So yeah.
He's not a baby boy anymore because I mean he's taller than you. That's one. Because I was just watching your status and I was like, Aquari.
I mean, and he's watching the show this morning, and so big shout out to you, Kirky.
Oh, Kirk.
Yeah, he's actually watching this morning.
Good morning. Good to know, and congratulations to you. 6 months straight is your portion.
Okay, break it down. They wrote 10 subjects, 6 months still.
Is it that case?
They actually wrote 11 because someone threw music.
Oh, so it's supposed to be 11 ones.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We are that old. Anyways.
It was your time, and I'm here 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah. But I mean, since I've said 6 months,
not just pass.
It's going to reflect into whatever it is. Yeah, it's a total pass. No, not pass. No, you pass. pass there, there, pass.
That's not good.
University where you pass, you're like, just say, who more than
why yeah? Why any nipa to me?
Yeah, the distinction, so yes, the pluses. That's what we are looking for. Yeah, but the football career, how far?
Send it over to you.
Over to
no,
me.
you could. Hey,
no problem. No problem. No problem.
Go.
All right. So a lot of things are trending, but it's a lot of sports,
yes.
Activities that are going left, right, center. So I might as well just leave that for setting them to come through.
Did you also see Otunfo's son this weekend?
Yes. That was wild to see.
No, I thought the boy, or I think the gentleman is I can't even call him a boy. It feels heavy in my mouth to call him a boy. He looks like a full-grown man.
He's a prince.
No, he's incredibly. I was in love through and through. I was showing some of his videos to Kirk, and I was telling him that, and he was like, "That is the king's son." I was like, "Why does he have hair on?" And I said, "What do you? Make sure you know hair now, afro now." But from his prom to his graduation, I thought, no, man, that was very impressive to see.
on the other side, so people started, looking into how much the school,
DPS.
Yes, how
DPS
much
is expensive.
How much they take and all that. I mean, that was on the trends.
They have not taken your money.
A lot of people were now looking, say, $1,000 or $1,200, say 3,000, say 4,000.
And your master. Civil servant. And also your president. On the Obiaka. People can go and collect your whatever accountability from somewhere else. Otufu employee.
Speaking about prom, did you see Cheddar Santo as well?
Okay.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, why?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
But we're speaking prom. So that was GIS. This one was DPS.
Oh, any GIS.
GIS. You saw that one too as well, right?
You know how I am. I'm very conservative when my ideas about raising kids is and so yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. So we saved that cheddar comments because that's a child. I'm not about to comment on anybody's child. I'd stay with Otun for a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I had to get into, because a lot of sports is trending. Yeah. I'm getting into news, and we've got Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Today I handed over ECOWAS leadership to my brother, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, President of Sierra Leone.
Yeah. Ooh, right. ECOWAS is going to Sierra Leone.
I do so with a deep sense of fulfillment and optimism for the future of West Africa. We must remain resolute in our shared mission to deepen integration, protect our people, and build a united region. So there we have it. Now to see what people are saying under this. Hey, what a name. Aliyu Imiakai. Okay, well done, sir. Your leadership qualities is top-notch. Your 2 years tenure as the ECOWAS chairman has indeed created a positive, tremendous impact. We are hopeful your 8 years as president of Nigeria will benefit Africa the more. God's speed, sir. Yes, you're a Nigerian, Udwak. I want to find out from you quickly.
If I share the same sentiment.
If you share the same sentiments as to...
I don't.
For Tinubu's tenure as we speak.
Yeah.
How far?
It's not firing.
It's not firing, eh?
Yeah. But I think a lot of factors come to play, and as I would hold, as I would say, people should be a bit more graceful in the judgment of leadership because you've never been there. I would also say that there are certain things that are just, they're not rocket science. If Mahama is doing this, why can't Tinubu do it? It's an economy that needs a lot of work to be done. Nigeria is still struggling with a lot of things. As something as basic as electricity, they're still in that era. So you're saying that someone has done a great job when they have completely solved so many years, like an issue that has been there or has been lingering for years. I mean, I think success for me, for Tinubu, would have been that particular situation is solved. In as much as some people in his government are benefiting from they not having lights, because they're on a big men no more ton or more generators, no more plants in Sanyama. It has become a hub that they don't want to close down. But I think that if he was intentional enough and more focused on solving some of those, because electricity is money. People don't have to spend a lot of money. Industries don't have to spend a lot of money on electricity if they have constant electricity. I think a lot of things also, come to play. But then, I mean, if he stayed, like he said, we should stay resolute. If he stayed, consistent in trying to solve this issue, then I'm pretty sure that his era would have been the best. Nigerians, and I don't live in Nigeria, been going and coming, but I think that most Nigerians don't share in this, they can't tell the same story.
Well, let's see. Abdulaziz Abubakar says, just as you pass the ECOWAS chairmanship to Sierra Leone's president, you will hand over Nigeria to Atiku Abubakar in 2027. So that means they will be, having their presidential elections in 2027, just before us. All right. Harmless says, I just informed my friends that asking you for your achievements in ECOWAS is a treasonable offense, and they must desist from getting involved in such high-risk question. That we recorded the highest number of military junta under your ECOWAS leadership. It is not your fault, but just a coincidence. Keep your head up and bear in mind that you have made your mark in ECOWAS.
I had to do my research properly about his leadership. Also note that this comment raised is very important. It's in his era that we saw these happenings, and we didn't see any active. Well, I did not. So I'm not going to say he didn't do it, but we didn't see any active conversations that showed that he was trying to fix that situation. And so, even though what they did is considered treason, it's considered a crime, what was the reason? If we look at the reason for all of these actions from these leaders, then you'd realize that they all just want a better country, if you look at it critically. And so, what was his input there? What did he do? You're looking at it and you're like, okay, after all of these things, what happened? What did you do, Mr. President? But in all of it, it's past. There's nothing we can do to him again. And so we hope that the new leader would give us more to work with. Okay.
I think this is quite harsh from Joshua. He says, will you now focus on your nation?
Which is a good question. And we've sat here and talked about leaders occupying several positions, especially even here in Ghana. We'll come back all the way back.
But you understand there's a shade in there too, as well, in one way or the other.
I don't want to look at the shade. I want to look at it to be a very genuine question.
Okay.
Because if you're a leader of ECOWAS, you're required to be in certain places when the things happening in your country.
Yeah.
You're expected to be present.
The responsibilities
it's a lot. And so if now you're going to be focusing on are you now going to be focusing on your country? And I say you're going to give other excuses. So yeah. But yeah, that's it for our trends for this morning. We're moving straight to our stories, and our guest in Kobe Sains will take us through that.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
It's the start of a new week here on the AM Club. My name is Augustine Adam Kwabiti. Welcome to the morning news. It's time for us to recap what's been happening in the country, not only over the past 24 hours, but because, the weekend happened and, certain things were trending. We're here to talk about it. Good morning.
We decided to mind, when you decide to mind your business and you still drink a lot of water, people still tend to,
I genuinely mind my business and drank water, so I missed out on all of your drama. I missed out.
Yeah,
I was very focused. I like to take advice. So when you advise, I take.
Yeah.
So I need to mind my business. I need to mind the business. That
certain people decided not to mind their business. They could Trump number one.
I said, oh. So I live yellow and black here. Who you?
It's black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Okay, but speaking about not minding business, but not in a in a positive way, not minding their business. Trump decided not to mind his business.
At all.
Decided to extend his tentacles to the war between Israel and Iran, and went to hit three nuclear. Exactly. That wars do not bring solutions; only escalates the problem. But now, dear, we are at war together. And the funny thing is, he called Iran a bully.
Iran a bully.
Yeah. The more reason why he decided to hit their three nuclear spaces. Because Trump is working, and now he's doing his thing.
He doesn't have a permanent position in his life.
Right.
So who is that person that
he says A and then comes to say
no, he tells you that stand here, please be gone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, don't wait.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about this, but I mean, again, I genuinely, I'm not hearing it for the very first time, but again, I'm like...
The question is, why the need to involve US in this whole mix? I mean, allow the two nations do their thing.
This is the same person that blamed Biden for involving himself in a situation that could potentially harm the people of America.
Yeah.
This is the same person, though.
You go
I want to go to America, so I won't say too much.
You're just going contrary to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why? What's it? It's really, the double standard is a little bit too much.
Too much, true.
Also talking about Trump's FBI and his people. Their invasion in Ghana.
Yes, it's raised a lot of questions.
Yes,
as to,
it has.
Not the reason why they are here, but the fact that could the FBI just up and go into any country and then ask for, certain people, and then they are gone without the country involving themselves, making sure that, well, we are going through, we understand that they made certain wrongdoings, but I don't want to use the word that's in my mind, let's have a conversation and properly follow the law. I'm saying this because I was having a conversation with one of my lecturers yesterday about this particular conversation, and he was like, so what if after extraditing them, they take them to the US and then they are killed, then what happens to them?
Okay.
After it's like FBI just comes, give me A, B, C, and D, then Ghana gives them to you, and then you are gone.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can lecture a little bit.
Right.
And I hope I get the right words, the right language, because I have the understanding in my head. I hope I'm able to communicate it properly.
Spirit help you.
Amen. So you do know that the diplomatic relationship we have with these countries enters certain benefits.
Right.
So does it give them? So the benefits is mutual. So if you commit a crime in America, I can decide, per the conversations we have. No, let me put it this way, because I've never seen Ghana do it. So I'm not going to say we have it, because I don't know if it's in our laws. But if an American commits a crime in Ghana, American can ask for the person to be tried in America.
Right.
And per our diplomatic relationship, it's allowed to do that. Unless, of course, it's so dire and it goes beyond, certain thresholds.
Yeah.
So a certain offense as well. And so you say that, listen, we're trying and persecuting the person here.
Just like what happened with Aisha Huang.
Aisha Huang, they had to take care.
Sorry.
These things are allowed as long as the person is going to be tried, okay, you can have them. Now, the way we're looking at this crime is against a lot of Americans.
Right.
So trying it here might not be very feasible.
Okay.
Also, BNI and all the security operators work together with FBI.
Right.
You know, they work together. They don't work in isolation. They work together. So they are even supposed to do the groundwork to find the who. Do you understand? Like, for instance, what's her name? What's her name again?
Aisha Huang?
No. Haja
for real.
Right, for real.
Haja for real is an American, is a Ghanaian. But he was tried and imprisoned in America. They could have had conversations of bringing her down, but then the conversation is diluted because the crime was, you know, perpetrated against Americans. So I think that's where the dynamics. I hope I've done justice to this conversation. That's where that's how, you know, the dynamics play. However, what I'm hearing right now is that the exaggeration, the $100 million, it does not exist according to the lawyers of is it Kofi Boot? There isn't any conversation like that. Some languages that were used in the transactions have been misinterpreted. So we're probably going to be seeing a whole twist to the conversations. And then I hear that his lawyers and the team and he himself is willing to go to America to get tried. He does not have a problem at all. And so I think we're going to be seeing a twist in this conversation. But listen, FBI, Shatawale is talking. People are calling for Chris Waddell's head. I know, right? I don't even know why. That's so shady.
A lot of Ghanaian celebrities, they are calling for... they are calling... You think we are together? They fall into trouble, let's see. We'll out you, but anyway, let's get into our stories for this morning and start off from the camp of the New Patriotic Party as the former Vice President and 2024 NPP presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has met all 47 constituency chairmen of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region on June 21st, 2025. Now, Dr. Bawumia visited the party stronghold in the Ashanti region to reactivate his presidential ambition as he engaged the grassroots members. Now, speaking during his visit, Dr. Bawumia officially announced his bid for the 2028 flag bearership to the executive and solicited their support. Now, the former vice president also called for party unity ahead of the party's elections. Take a listen.
Very, very important, therefore, that we don't allow people to come in with explanations that are not factual, that are made up, and that divide our party. We are a united party, encompassing people from all ethnic groups, all religions, and we are part of the elephant family. It is therefore very important that we do not allow people, for the sake of political advantage, to break us apart as a party. I'm saying this because recently people are going religious and tribal. People are going religious and tribal. That is dangerous for the New Patriotic Party. It is very dangerous for us if you go in that direction. What is clear and is stated in black and white in the Okwei report, as well as all the other studies, is that religion and tribe were not factors in the 2024 election results. They were not factors.
And that was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaking at the visit in the Ashanti region, where he met some 47 chairmen, as well as other executives of the New Patriotic Party, 47 chairmen of the constituencies in the Ashanti region, as well as other executives of the party within the region. We also know that Brian Echampon also took advantage of the meeting to also speak to the chairman of the party. We'll bring you updates of that if you follow us on social media pages and on our news portal as well. But now, in a bid to retool our state security forces, President John Dramani Mahama has announced a $1 billion budget allocation to retool the country's security agencies. Now, according to him, his decision follows a recent Security Council meeting where he raised concerns about the operational challenges facing the services. Take a listen to the president.
I know you work under difficult circumstances, and we've actually been discussing with the Minister of Interior how we can retool your services so that you have the equipment and logistics to be able to do your work. And so we had a National Security Council meeting this afternoon, and I managed to squeeze the Minister of Finance back, and we'll get a budget of 1 billion cedis for retooling of your various services. Fire service needs fire equipment urgently, and I don't, let me say, I empathize with my sister here. When the fire service arrives late, people get angry, but they just don't have the fire tenders. The last set of fire tenders were bought almost 9 years, 10 years ago from Professor Mills's time. There's not been a retooling. Most of those tenders are broken down. So I urge the public to be patient with our fire officers. They are working under difficult circumstances. And so one of the priorities will be to get some new fire tenders for you. Yeah. The police have to confront armed robbers every day. And you don't expect them to do it in light-skinned vehicles. The armed robbers are well armed with AK-47s. They fire back at them. And so getting them armored-plated vehicles for their patrol, highway patrols and things is also something that we'll look at. Immigration, prisons, they don't have mobility. Most of the vehicles you have are 10 years old, broken down. And so we'll consider getting some vehicles for you so that you increase the mobility of your...
And John Dramani Mahama speaking about retooling the state security forces, where some 1 billion Ghana cedis has been allocated or earmarked for this particular initiative. Now let's turn our focus to health, as the Ghana Health Service has recorded 10 new cases of mpox. Now, in its latest update, the service noted that the total number of confirmed cases as of June 20, 2025 stands at 117. So far, no hospitalization or deaths has been recorded. The Ghana Health Service is urging Ghanaians to report symptoms of rashes, fever, and swollen lymph nodes to the nearest health facility. The service is also urging Ghanaians to maintain personal hygiene and avoid close contacts with affected individuals. On your screens is the latest update from the Ghana Health Service, where it says 10 new cases have been confirmed, bringing the total confirmed cases to 117. You want to be careful and report symptoms of rashes, unexplained rashes, as the health service puts it, unexplained rashes, symptoms of fever, and swollen lymph nodes to the nearest health facility. You also want to practice personal hygiene, washing your hands thoroughly with soap and running water, using your hand sanitizers, and avoiding close contact with infected persons or persons showing signs of mpox. In other news this morning, the Ghana Highways Authority has announced a temporary reduction in the lanes of the Accra-Medina Highway effective Saturday, June 22nd, 2025. And the four-way lane stretch will be reduced or has been reduced to 3 lanes for a period of 4 months to allow for ongoing constructions at the Tetekwashi interchange. This forms part of the Tema Motorway expansion project. They put out a statement. Take a listen to the video.
The number of lanes on the north-south bound carriageway, thus Medina to Accra direction and vice versa, will be temporarily reduced from 4 lanes to 3 lanes. This adjustment will take effect from Sunday, 22nd of June, 2025, and it's expected to last for 4 months. The lane reduction is necessary to provide safe working space for construction personnel and to ensure the continued safety of all road users. We kindly urge motorists to exercise caution, follow directional signs, and cooperate with traffic management officials throughout the duration of the work. For further information, please contact the Public Affairs Division via WhatsApp 055 162 2244. This announcement is by the kind courtesy of the Public Affairs Division of the Ghana Highway Authority.
Meanwhile, the authority has assured the public of timely updates and safety measures throughout the construction period. Well, I happened to use the road last night, and I can't say on authority or for fact that this has begun. So those using the stretch from Medina to Accra, immediately you hit from Shiashi, you'd see that traffic will start building. It's because the lanes are going to be reducing once you get to the Tetekwashi interchange towards airport. We're advising you to be cautious of the road and stick to the road signs or read the road signs as you approach that enclave. And our President John Dramani Mahama has nominated 15 individuals for ambassadorial and consular positions in Ghana's foreign service. Now, the nominations, which were made in consultation with the Council of State, presents the first batch of diplomatic appointments under his administration since assuming office in January 2025. Now, in a letter dated June 10, 2025, from the Office of the President, the Minister for Foreign Affairs detailed the appointments. The nominees include seasoned politicians, academics, and public figures from various professional backgrounds, including the arts and crafts. Among the highly profile nominees is veteran Ghanaian actress Kalsum Scenario, who has been nominated to serve as Ghana's ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain. Also in the list is Ni Amansa Namwali, a former member of parliament for the Ladadekotopom constituency and a long-serving member of the National Democratic Congress. Now, he has been nominated to serve as Ghana's ambassador to the Federal Republic of Brazil. Let's bring you updates with regards to, or bring you the total list of persons who've been nominated, 15 names. And this is from the Office of the President, appointment of ambassadors and high commissioners and consular general designates. I write to inform you that the President of the Republic, following consultation with the Council of State, has nominated the following individuals as ambassadors and high commissioners and consul general designates. First on the list is Benjamin A. Kwashi. He has been nominated to serve as the ambassador or represent Ghana in the Republic of South Africa. Kojo Bonsu, the People's Republic of China. Kalsum Sinari Ba for the Kingdom of Spain. Hamad Rashid Tunde Ali, United Arab Emirates. Honorable Captain George Kofi Mfojo, the Togolese Republic. Grace El Mohammed Mariba, the United Arab Emirates, and that's precisely Dubai. Abdul Nasiruddin, Republic of Turkey. There's also Professor Ohene J, Federal Republic of Guinea. There's Teresa Ej Mensah, the Czech Republic. Professor Kwesi Ubri Danson, India. Dora Francisca Edu Boduando, PhD, Canada. Dr. Margaret Chiberi, Denmark. And then there's Ni Amansa Namwali, Federative Republic of Brazil. And then Dr. Felix Kuma Godwin, Republic of Senegal. Kindly take note that the necessary steps to facilitate the appointment process for the nominees, and please accept the President's high regards, signed by Callistus Mahama, Secretary to the President. We know that these names have been submitted or have been in circulation, and the nominees are expected to be vetted and approved in accordance with constitutional requirements. We know they will appear before the vetting committee later on as well. We'll bring you updates with regards to their particular vetting. Now let's move on to some other news. As the family of the late Nana Kwesi J. Apenting, a distinguished journalist who passed away in London after battling cancer, is set to mark his 40th day celebration after his death. Ideduanan in the local palaces is passing. The former editor and columnist of the Mirror weekly newspaper and the Apejahene of Tapa is in the Eastern region, died at the age of 74. Now, the ceremony would be held on Saturday, June 27 at the Presby Church School in Jowulu here in Accra. The family has also announced August 26 as the day to receive the body of the late Nana Kwesi J. Apenting here in the country. He is the author of the book Truth Over Speed, a novel for journalists where he explains or talks about his career in journalism and posits some nuggets for up-and-coming journalists. I've read the book and I'll urge all journalists to read the book, but that is what is coming in this morning. His 40th day after his passing would be marked this week, Saturday, in Jowulu. As always, we bring you updates with regards to that particular incident. But now let's turn our focus to the international front, as President Donald Trump posted on Truth social media that the United States completed a successful attack on 3 locations, Fordo, Natazan, and Infashan. In an address to the nation, Trump said Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities were completely and totally obliterated, adding that any further attacks would be far greater and a lot easier. Now, Trump's decision to directly involve the United States in the conflict comes more than a week after Israel and Iran began trading attacks. Israel's government says its bombing campaign is aimed at preventing Tehran from developing nuclear weapons.
Nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Trump speaking about the attacks by the United States in Iran. Well, it's interesting seeing what's coming in. Now, we do not know if it's going to be a three-nation affair or it's just going to be Iran and Israel, and then we see US, hitting once in a while, or it's going to be like a triangle. Anyway, that's how we draw the curtains on the morning news on the AM Club. My name is Augustine Adam Kobitis. For more news and updates, there are three options for you to choose from. It's either you're joining us online, well, it's not even either you're joining us. You're joining us on all three platforms. So follow us on the social media pages. It's MX24GH and MX24 News on Instagram, as well as our WhatsApp channel, MX24GH, and online where news updates, timely updates are being posted every single minute. It's MX24online.com. My name is Augustine Adam Kobitis. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Augustine, thank you so much for coming in with the very best of end of stories. With regards to triangle, I foresee that. I foresee that. Personally, I think because anytime US gets into a situation, I mean, you will definitely see, I don't know whether he's taking sides with Israel since he's saying that, Iran is being a bully.
He's being a bully, yeah.
I don't know whether he's taking sides, but you will be shocked. What if Israel too attacks?
Oh.
Yeah. What
attacks
if?
Who? America?
US.
What if? Because if you guys a triangle,
you
get it. Well, I'll leave it that way.
They're allies. If that happens, that's proper
yes.
That would be solid war.
What I see is probably Iran hitting back. I do not know. But I mean, it is just logical. I mean, from a Ghanaian perspective, if you beat me, I'll beat you back. That's it. So I do not know if that's the posture of Iran moving forward, moving into the week, and then seeing what happens with regards to their conflict.
But as we anticipated that due to these actions from these two countries, fuel prices are going to go. Yeah. I heard the CEO of the NPA saying that we have about 2 months of fuel stock left. But we do not know from the ministry if that is what they have. But NPA says that they have about two months of fuel stock. But we do not know from the ministry in terms of generally how much stock of fuel we have. And NPA speaks for that. And so I think...
And I'm even saying that not in terms of petroleum, because I mean like fuel, diesel and stuff. I'm talking about power generation, because over the weeks, over the months, we've been talking about how Ghana has had little stock of fuel left. So are we going electricity? Wow. Because you see, nobody's looking at that side. We are all looking at the fuel pumps, but we are not looking at thermal power generation.
And then I think that because the reason people are focused on the fuel, or not the fuel pumps exactly, but just fuel in general, it's because these are like all sub-beneficiaries of the bigger picture. Yeah. So if we have shortage of fuel around the world, then power is going to be affected. Then the fuel pumps are going to be affected. So that's why I think the focus is on that. But see, my only problem right now is that when this thing affects Ghana right now, we become a political conversation.
Really?
I
get it.
You get what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah, because we're sitting here saying that, we're the ones that worked hard to make the fuel prices go. We are not going to have another Russia-Ukraine war.
Another excuse.
I guess it. Thank you so much for coming. Those who, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're moving straight to sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Good morning, welcome to Sports on the AM Club. It's Monday morning, it's a new week, and possibly the last full week of June in 2025. My name is Sedina Edmund, and Sports on the AM Club is always brought to you kind of sketchy. Betway. Betway is bringing you way more chances to win. This time it's all about being the next, the biggest super aviator legend. All you've got to do is to log on to www.betway.com.gh. Take to the skies, fly high with the aviator game and stand the opportunity of winning 500,000 Ghana cedis in hard cash. Also, get to win some free flights from now till the 30th of June 2025. It's exclusive to betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions uniquely do apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. With Betway, you're guaranteed to always get way more, but do bet the responsible way. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
You don't have to be that dramatic.
I'm not being dramatic. My lips just got caught up in the mix. Yeah.
Let's go listen to Sports Why.
Oh.
You can go.
Okay. Anyway, since it's ladies' time, let's start off from the side of the Black Queens as they are still preparing for the WAFCON, and this time in their preparation stages, they have recorded an impressive 3-1 victory over their Malawian counterpart inside Morocco over the weekend. The Queens got off to a great start. Around the 15th minute, it all went south as the Malawians took the lead. However, Doris Bwedua came through with a hat-trick to save the day for the Black Queens. The Black Queens will now face Benin instead of Botswana later this week as they still prepare for the WAFCON. Now let's do some Club World Cup issues as Manchester City, they have booked their place in the next round of the competition as Ike Gundogan, he scored twice for the Citizens as they thrashed United Arab Emirates side Al Ain, yes, in a 6-0 drubbing comfortably to make sure that they have been represented properly in the last 16. Juventus, which will be happening much later this week. Juventus have also won both games they have participated in so far, putting 4 past Wydad Casablanca. And Heart of Oak fans are not pleased with that particular one because the last time they partook in African competition or the continental competition, Wydad or WAC of Morocco beat them on a 10-0 aggregate. So they are not happy about that particular one. Anyways, we talk about Heart of Oak with their transfer ban and everything much later in the day on Off the Cuff. But let's finish off in the United States still as Oklahoma City Thunder, they have been crowned the champions of the NBA for the first time in their franchise history. So their franchise came into being some 17 years ago, and for the first time, the team led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have made their dreams come through, beating the Pacers in Game 7, where they did not also have their star man who went out after just 5 minutes of action because he actually tore his ACL. Game ended 103-91 in favor of the OKC Thunder.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the regular season MVP.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is also the postseason or playoff MVP or the NBA Finals MVP as well. So congratulations going out to the team inside Oklahoma City. Yeah, Oklahoma City Thunder. Good for them. But big news in the world of NBA. Yes, surprise, surprise to even the person involved. I'm talking about KD. Yeah, Kevin Durant. He has been traded from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets. He actually did not know. And someone in, someone in the stands when he was talking about sports, and since he has also gotten some shares in Paris Saint-Germain, that particular conversation was being had, and then someone from the stand shouted, "You have been traded." He says, "We'll see what happens." So big news there. We'll see what happens with the Phoenix Suns, how they're going to move forward from this particular trade. But anyways, we have more for you from the realm of sports with regards to highlights from different disciplines, from rugby all the way to rowing, And to more NBA much later at 4 p.m. Sports on the AM Club is done for now, but we are held by Betway. Betway bringing you way more chances to win. This time, it's about taking to the skies and being the boss when it comes to the aviator game. You can earn up to 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash. So what are you waiting for? Log on, to www.betway.com.gh. Start playing this minute. Remember, it's exclusive to the platform. You have to bet responsibly. You have to bet the Betway, and it's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. We're out for now. We're back at 4 p.m. Jay and Mimi. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you so much. Au revoir, Nadine.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports and business insight on mx24online.com. It's time for us to get into entertainment and showbiz right here on the AM Club. We'll be right back after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Money Making Monday. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. You're welcome to the AM Club. We're here to set your week right for you, right? With the right show right here in Ghana, in GH and beyond. My name is Daphne Flashy. This is the entertainment news segment. I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing? How was your weekend? How are you doing?
Great. It was good.
A good weekend. I had a great weekend.
I'm not going to ask for these. Let's get into our
You
story.
ask.
Oh, no. They're going to be too gory. I don't want to hear.
No.
What?
Share.
It's still, I don't want to hear. No.
I'm just enjoying
I
life.
don't care. I honestly don't care.
I'm enjoying life.
Nobody wants to hear
I
it.
deserve it.
It's my fault.
All my life.
All your life.
All the heartbreaks I was going through.
You know, this is why I didn't want to get into it. Yesterday, someone threw me shade at church.
Someone threw you shade?
Yeah.
Why?
Relationship, marriage shade, marital shade. I felt it, but I
don't mind them all.
I took it personal. I took it lightly.
Lightly.
Yeah, I didn't take it.
Don't worry, today we are dancing our ada. Don't
At
worry.
this point, I think even my ada self will not come on social media or anywhere. Like, I think I just really, honestly, I felt the shade. But anyway, that's why I don't want to ask you details.
Yes.
Because I'm still in pains.
Yes.
But let's talk about
Right, let's get into,
well,
over the weekend, right, there were some amazing events that happened, and I happened to be at one. Okay. So on Friday, I went for Honeymoon Hotel, the best stage play I've ever seen or have ever watched. I've been to so many stage plays. I love stage plays, but Honeymoon Hotel hit different for me. Everybody was spot on. Jocelyn was spot on. Amake was spot on. The set designs, that for me was fascinating, blew my mind, and it was worth it. Everyone that came there, their money was worth it. And also, let's not forget the giveaways they were given. So dinner for two at African Regent. Every single person that was there won 200 cedis voucher for Caveman Watch. Yeah, so my own is there. I took 2. Anyway, I reported myself, Abby. They should come and give it to me. Well, so it was amazing. And then also at Alliance Française, there was also women in sports that happened there. So let's take a look at the highlights. When we come back, we'll get more into it.
We are trying to push them here and there. So, yeah. So in a matter of 3 weeks, they were able to come up with this production, and we need to appreciate them. Please, appreciate them now.
You're beautiful.
William, why are you crying?
Baby, you look fantastic.
So, is that all you're sad?
No, I didn't get a new job. Oh, fifth. Oh, come to me, number 5. Why would you need me if we are together? You can more than take care of yourself. Where would I fit my small ego?
Exactly where William Larby fit his when he came to this hotel some 5 years ago with his wife.
I told you, woman bottom, something there. Woman nyas, something there. Woman backside, something there. Waiting there. Rattle, so. I say, waiting there. Rattle, so. As a tell there, it's in the one. Baby, Sarah. Say, I ain't the one. Baby, Sarah. Everybody knows the way.
that's how people's weekend went, and I had so much fun. And Mimi, you missed out on Honeymoon Hotel.
I missed out.
That's something that I'm sure
do
you
you
would
know
have loved.
I was actually in front of National Theatre.
And then what happened?
And I had to do everything.
Why?
One day, when you become a mother, you understand.
But wait, congratulations to our Kirky.
Yes.
I have girlfriend.
Move on. Move on fast before I change my
Otherwise, you
mind.
become like a capping polo. You can't evict me.
Move on before I change my mind. Why change
Yes,
it for
ma.
you?
I'm sorry.
Before I
ma.
change it for you,
Please,
move
ma.
on to your other stories.
Well, a very big congratulations to Kalsum Sinari. Now, she's been named ambassador to France. I'm excited about that, so let's get into it. Now, veteran Ghanaian actress and filmmaker Kalsum Sinari Bafo has been appointed as Ghana's new ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain. She is one of 15 newly nominated diplomatic envoys selected by President John Dramani Mahama to represent Ghana globally. With decades of experience in the entertainment industry, Sinari had a successful acting and modeling career, including representing Ghana at the Miss Model of the World pageant in 1990. She's married to former Ghanaian international footballer Anthony Bafo. So big congratulations to her. We're excited, we're happy for her, and we wish her nothing but the best. Oh, yes. And look at her.
This is how we like to see it in the nation.
This is how we like to see it in the nation.
Yeah, this is how we like to see it.
Moving on to the next story, Ghanaian musician Black Sherif, popularly known as Blacko, faced a storm of backlash in Takoradi after a highly anticipated concert took an unfortunate turn. The artist, nearly 10 hours late in arriving at the venue, sparked outrage among fans who had eagerly awaited his performance. When Black Sherif finally took the stage, 30 minutes into his set, he was met with hostility as disgruntled fans resorted to throwing water sachets and bottled water, expressing their frustration over the long wait. The incident has ignited a firestorm, with many questioning the artist's time management and professionalism. Let's take a look at the video.
So guide me, oh Lord, and protect you, oh God. I said I've been trying to keep my food. They say it's up to you. One more time. It's up to me that food. Shit. I said I put my food, my food. You ever see that man know it's so simple. The keys to pay right there is so simple. I see your closed eyes because come on.
The fact that he was supposed to apologize and he was saying, throw more water. What was that? You're supposed to apologize. I'm sorry for coming here saying, throw more water. Now you're trying to anger the people more. Yeah, so.
They too, is that how they taught them at home? If somebody is late, you should throw something at them.
Mimi,
this one
I know, I understand.
And he had to take responsibility and tell them what it was and apologize. If he didn't do that, it was wrong on his part. But also, it does not warrant throwing things at him on stage.
Okay.
It's a culture that has been globally accepted. I mean, certainly been accepted that you can throw something at artists on stage. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. They're better than a buono.
No, be pie nanui. Not down for pie nanui. Moving on to the last story, Ghanaian music promoter Ananzo has celebrated receiving the $5,000 cash from Nigerian Afrobeat artist Davido, fulfilling a promise made months ago on social media. Davido had pledged the funds after being impressed by Ananzo's viral video performance to his song With You. Despite a delayed transfer, Ananzo maintained a positive outlook, crediting the exposure from Davido's endorsements for creating professional opportunities opportunities. The recent transaction documented on video shows Ananzo expressing gratitude to Davido for keeping his word, further reinforcing Davido's reputation of supporting emerging talent in the African music industry. Hey, hey, see right now, he's a millionaire.
Wow.
I was reading the comment section and then a Ghanaian who is a very popular Ghanaian at that said that why is it that Davido didn't send the money long time? Now that the dollar is now fighting against the CD and he has sent the money. I was like, this girl, I wasn't expecting that from her. Why? You people, Ghanaians will talk.
Anyway, I'm happy that he has the money.
I'm happy he has the money.
He puts it into good use.
Yeah.
He looks like a great guy. I like him. I like Ananzo. I really do.
I do too, because in the interview where he spoke about not receiving the money yet, he said with or without the money, he's happy with the kind of fame that Davido has given him. So he didn't even want to talk about the money. It was the presenter that's forced it out of his mouth.
He's a solid guy. I like him.
Yeah.
I think
so big congratulations to him. So if from now to whenever you see me singing Sit Wanta Diallo every day, know that I'm trying to cash out my own, just in case he sees it.
Agenda has been set.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you today on Entertainment News segment. My name is Stephanie Flashley. Enjoy the rest of the week and enjoy the rest of the show. Bye-bye.
That's right, guys. Yes, we're getting into other things right here. Daphne, next time when you're good, just call me. You call and check. Check, say, Diane Koso. Because this one that you're enjoying without me, I'm feeling left out. And as I was telling you earlier, that it feels like I said my eyebrow. I like my bed more. No. The team said they are not accepting my Abriwa declaration, but listen, I mean, what can I do? Hey, now I can say, hey boy. Anywho, well, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success, and this is why we have we've thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. Now, with Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums at Equity Health Insurance. We are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey, so please feel free to reach out to us on 050-1515-124 or 0539-135073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Well, Telecel Cash has got good news for you. Yes, it's your secure and convenient cash platform. And, of course, all you have to do is just dial *110# and send it keke. It's even absolutely amazing and free when you're sending from Telecel Cash to another Telecel Cash, all right? So get it handy, right? Okay, well, that wraps it up for Coffee Daily right here on the show. Up next, we're getting into a review and a whole lot more right here on the show. So we'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
I've always wanted to be rich. I look around, I look at those wealthy people, what they do. It was very consistent. They were all owning businesses. Right after SHS, I had such thing in mind and I wanted to do something for myself that would make me earn more. My name is Sincere Joseph, head of Believe Print. And at Believe Print, we are into digital printing and digital embroidery. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and I started from Golden Stitches Limited. From Golden Stitches, I passed through the ranks. From there, I enrolled to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, but I was still into the business. And from there, I decided to start up my own business. It was not easy when I started this business because I started not being a student, but later I became a student in 2017, and I was combining the two. I studied computer science at Tech, and it's not that easy. So much goes into it. So combining the two, it was not easy because when it comes to the printing field, when you disappoint a customer, you will lose trust in them. You will sometimes lose your money because most of our services are pre-financed before you are being paid. So if you don't deliver on time, that means you're losing money. Being able to deliver on time and combining studies, it was not easy, but God helped me and I was able to sail through.
My former supplier, he doesn't deliver on time. I end up disappointing people because I've taken money and this is one-time job. That's why I opt for another supplier, which is Joseph.
I believe digital printing, 6 years money. Before I believe, now I messy and I enjoy Jumano. I told one of them, Monsieur Designer. The Monsieur Designer, said, the Juma or believe the guitar print.
From 2021, I've not been employed, even though I had good grades at school. From 2021 to date, the digital embroidery business and digital printing business has been feeding me and my younger kids because right now my dad is not even around, so I've been supporting my mom. It has been a blessing not just to myself, but my nuclear family and the community.
I believe digital printing. Niema be brasesa. Niema na sesani bi ni say machine work na na yakon ba day. E dey na atua oka. Bi a betimi akọ 1 week. E bi the rest of 2 weeks and 3 weeks ni nyina. Na otifie, na onya adwuma yan dey. Enko. E ba say scanner benya no so no. Ahye. Believe digital printing so dey. E twa kabo so me. De bia be adwuma. Scanner so na dey maye no so no. E mu odu kama. First na mete family house mu. Ba say me free family house mu. Atimi anya quarter plot bia ma hye single room I was wa with him and I'm saying them who believe the guitar printing
because anytime I order he delivers on time. I get more customers, which then transforms into more income because the more they order, the more I also get my commission and also being able to deliver on time.
In the next few years, I want not just Ghana or Kumasi to hear me. I want the whole world to hear me because I want to take printing into different level. I believe in myself. That's why my company is called Believe. I believe in the next few years, I'll be among one of the best printing companies in Africa.
I recommend Believe embroidery services to you. One of the best services you could ever get, on time, quality, and any other thing you can think of.
I believe in advertisement. With Ghana Goes, they help young entrepreneurs, they project what they do to the world, and also they sell them to the large environment. So I believe in what they do, and I know with this, so many people will get to know me, and they will patronize in what I do. My name is Sincere Joseph, CEO of Believe Print. Ghana Goes, Hope Day.
Ghana Grows, Hope Day.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes. So, what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come and see what.
Yeah, with Jessica. My friend, see before.
It's the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telecel Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Amacho, sister man ko. When is campaign? Sister man ko. If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Good morning once again. Welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Menta. We're getting into our news review segment of the show this morning. It's Monday, so we are definitely going to be talking about that. Yeah, and I have my guests already seated. We're ready to talk politics. And for me, this morning, I didn't give them the warning before, but you go outside because I don't have peace of mind for this. Anywho, well, we have Jesse Jakes. He represents the MPP. He's an MPP Communications team member. And Benjamin Kwame Amankwa, NDC Communications team member. Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Doing good.
Why, are you getting us pink sheets from Oblique Manos?
Oh, no.
Now, we need to breathe it in the wall phone. It's been a minute. No while since we met.
Yeah.
How is power feeling like?
Yeah, Mimi, first of all, let me say good morning to yourself.
Good morning.
You are looking good. I think you are always been blessed.
Thank you.
And that may not be far from the efforts of Mahama in making Ghana a very great country. I think that you are benefiting from a very good economy. No wonder you are looking
this is full grace of God.
Beautiful this morning. And I think that the recovery trajectory on which we have set Ghana on, as reflected in you, is not only reflecting in you, but reflecting in every ordinary Ghanaian. In actual fact, you realize that Mahama's administration has been able to move the cedi from 17 cedis to $1 to somewhere 10 cedis. I think we will even be going further.
No, he says we will not go further.
So I think that, as you can rightly see, we are on course. We are just asking for the help and support of every Ghanaian so that we can achieve the mandate that has been given to us, that is making Ghana better, and to the point that people from other countries will have to travel here for greener pastures.
Jesse, how are you doing?
By God's grace.
Is what's so important on your phone this morning like that?
Yeah, Mimi, I'm good. But I actually don't understand why we are behaving as if everything is going on right in this country.
Please, you are going to tell me if everything is not going on
No,
right
no, Mami, but Mimi, you know that everything is not well in this country.
What do
but
I
look,
know?
we are still
I don't know anything. You tell me.
We are still battling with Galamsey.
Hey.
And I mean, you tell us that we are feeling good in this country.
Okay. Me, I want to start with you this morning.
Sure.
This wasn't, I mean, you who have received the stories we're doing this morning, we're starting from EC. But I want us to start from the MPP.
Sure.
Where you sit as a political party.
Sure.
Last week, my colleagues and I were trying to dissect the entire development that we've seen so far. You had, what do I want to call it, a press conference or a meeting at Alisa Hotel where you communicated to the entire country that your plans for 2026 towards 2028 elections, and you have said that you're going to elect a flag bearer in 2026.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have your primaries in 2026. And one of the conversations that came up was, why are you in a rush? Why is the political party in a rush to do all these things? After that, I believe we did see some individuals come out to declare their interest in vying for that position, that flag bearership position. And then again, conversation comes back to why the rush? And people are thinking or are saying it's a rush, or I would agree with people who are saying it's a rush because we have seen where the political party is right now, the division, in fact, your chairman currently is not even feeling very well. And so, obviously that doesn't mean that business of the political party shouldn't continue. Of course, business should continue. But, there are structures that we think systematically needs to be fixed. But, okay, you as a political party have sat down and decided that you're going to move on anyway. What is going on? Why should we be okay with this decision that the political party has taken?
All right, Mimi, good morning.
Good morning.
A special morning goes to the exceptional team behind the AM Club Morning Show. And the warm and respectful greetings go to Paragraph Dankwa and all the exceptional team players working tirelessly in the Kennedy-Japan camp.
Hey, Paragraph Dankwa.
Yeah, Paragraph Dankwa. Yeah, very good morning. He's a respected man in the party, and I give him my full support. He's my mentor. I mean, he's the one directing me in this political journey.
Beautiful.
And now a big and bold a warm and welcome goes to the undefeated, the undisputed, the fearless, the grassroots-oriented flag bearer for the new patriotic party, Honorable Kennedy Ohene-Agyapong. He's the defender for the ordinary Ghanaian. Mimi, I don't think there is anything too early with regards to what has been put out there. This is just the MPP thinking out of the box to create something new, because the MPP has faced a new problem, and I think it's good that the party is facing the new problem with a new strategy. So I don't think there is anything new with regards to what has been scheduled already. And I think the date for the presidential primaries is something of a stroke out of a political genius, because when we elect our flag bearer early, we will get the time to bring everybody on board, unite, regroup, and face the bigger goal, which is the national elections coming up on December 2020. So I don't think there is anything too early with what the national executives has done. Okay. And my first interview on this show, in this particular studio, was when the MPP was organizing their presidential primary somewhere around 2023. And that was my first interview on this show, actually. Yeah. And I was sitting here. And I remember I was asked a particular question that I should name my first 5 presidential aspirants that will be leading the primaries. Look, I told the then host that Kennedy-Agyapong is my first choice. And as I sit here this morning, Kennedy-Agyapong is still my first choice.
Oh, I see.
I like Kennedy. Yes, I've declared him a winner already. I like Kennedy-Agyapong not because he is Kennedy-Agyapong. I like him because Mimi, his ideas, his policies, right, his thoughts are practically proven and oriented. Look, we know Kennedy-Agyapong's track record, right? I'm not coming to sit here to mention his track. We know that Kennedy-Agyapong is a job creator. And you see, Ghana's biggest problem, Mimi, is not the rise and fall of the cedi and dollar. It's not about the inflation rate. It's not about the GDP growth. Mimi. It's not about knowing all the theses, the theories, the research articles. I think it doesn't make any sense when you know all these articles and yet you can't create something out of the box to make life comfortable for the people in this country. Kennedy Japan has created, millions of jobs in this country. We know that he is the owner of the biggest steel factory in Africa. That's the Ashanti Steel, right? And we know that he is also the owner of the biggest coal store in West Africa. That is Kennedy Ohene Japan. So all these track record alone tells you that the man is up to business. Do you get it? The man is up to, look, politics is about resource, not process.
Okay.
And Kennedy Japan has proven resource. He already has the courage already. And so what the good people of this country need is to give Kennedy Japan a chance for him to lead this country.
You have started campaign already for Kennedy Japan.
We are not starting any campaign. We are just recommending him and we are just praising him for the good work he has done for this country and for the good people in this country. Nobody is doing campaign. We are just praising him. People do praise you for what you've done for them, right?
Right.
Exactly.
I'm just asking.
No. But I'm just asking you that people do praise you for the good thing you've done for. Exactly. So that's what we are doing for Kennedy Japan. He has done good for this country, and so it's only fair for Ghanaians, for the party delegate, for the party executives to vote for him, to become the flag bearer. And look, I'm particularly excited because after 31st January 2028, he's going to be the flag bearer of the party.
How is that right?
And interestingly, he's also going to be the only face on the ballot paper for now. Because by virtue of the Supreme Court's vetting, we know that President Mahama cannot initiate any mechanization to secure a second term. So for now, Kennedy Japan will be the only face on the ballot paper. And so it should be a concern for the NDC.
What are you trying to
say?
I'm
trying to say that it should be a concern for the NDC because...
Why?
Because they are not going to elect their flag bearer now. They are going to do that somewhere in 2027. And you know, internal elections come with its own internal conflict. And by the time they will be done with the internal conflict, we have marketed our candidates, we have outlaid our policies, we have done all the groundwork. And you know, Ghanaians love Kennedy Japan. Even NDC people love Kennedy Japan. Look, I have some DM messages on my phone from some NDC top-notch executives telling me that, look, we should try and bring Kennedy Japan. So the love of Kennedy Japan is not only centered in MPP, it cuts across all borders.
I see.
Exactly. So that is what we are trying to preach out there. That, look, Ghanaians, we are tired. We need someone who is practical. We need someone who will not open research articles for us to read. We need someone who knows...
whose shade is this again?
Well, I've not mentioned anybody's name.
But who is opening research articles?
I have not mentioned anybody's name.
No, I'm not saying you've mentioned.
Exactly.
I'm just asking.
No.
Who opens research articles?
And I said I've not mentioned anybody's name because the question you are asking me will require an answer.
Yes.
And then the statement I made, I'm not referring to it. So if you think that somebody is mentioning research article and thesis, then that's fine with you.
No, I'm not. But
I want to mention somebody's name.
No.
Okay, so you tell me so that I'll say
I don't like this. Your
that's
smart
fine.
mouth you are doing this
Okay,
morning.
so that's fine.
I'm saying that you are saying you don't want someone who open research articles. Have we ever had anyone who has opened research articles?
Well, it's a statement I've made.
Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. So it's a statement I've made. We are tired of all these theories about how to recover the city, the economy. We are tired of all those lectures, Mimi. Look, we had an economic summit this year when the NDC took over, right? I mean, we've had summit upon summit, but it looks like the situation still remains the same. People are still unemployed. We are not seeing any difference. So I sit here in this right chair. Look, Mimi, I'll be here on 1st February to confirm this statement that Kennedy Japan will be the flag bearer of the NPP.
All right.
And that is period.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to go to you, Benjamin. Benjamin, the Ghanaians are concerned that, you know, the NPP is rushing it. They should fix their internal issues. You have been a political party in opposition for 8 years. And there were internal issues at your time. You had things you had to deal with. But I think that with what we saw in 2024, the party had done the inside work. And so you came out with a strong force, with a strong conversation with regards to, you know, building an economy with the youth. And everybody has, you know, applauded you for what you have done. So looking at it from the inside now, what is it looking like for you? you feel any threatened at any point by the conversations around Kennedy Japan? Because lots of conversations, both spiritual and physical, have been presented, and also there's also that big conversation of who are you who is going to represent the NDC come 2028, considering the fact that John Dramani Mahama is not going to be standing anymore. Like he's done. He's going to be going out. But who is representing the AP? And when do you guys intend, starting your primaries? Because they are starting 31st January next year.
Maybe you're almost done.
Mimi, thank you.
I know it's a lot in one, but please try to.
I'll try to do my best. Thank you very much. I'll premise my comments on the MPP's internal elections by saying that the nimbleness of a dancing master is not at all prejudiced by being taught how to dance. In other words, what I'm saying is that if you have plenty meat and you are giving more to add to what you have to prepare soup, it doesn't spoil the soup. Yeah. I'm saying this on the backdrop that MPP has been a political party that usually does not listen to advice or does not listen to its people. You see, let me start from the top-bottom approach that they are bringing, where instead of the normal process of electing polling station executive, move to the branches, to the constituencies before we go to the flag bearer, they have decided to move from the top by electing the flag bearer first before coming to the bottom. If you put your ears on the ground, you realize that there are people who have raised major concerns about that is alien, and they don't understand the reasons behind it. I will urge them to listen to their own people, because, you see, Mimi, I've always mentioned that it will be difficult for MPP to take advice from me as an NDC communicator, but I look at the bigger picture. I always say that whoever MPP is able to present as a flag bearer has the potential of winning the general elections. Yeah. And once that person has the potential of winning the general election, the person could ultimately become the president of Ghana. And if that person becomes the president of Ghana, that person becomes my president. Yeah. So I should be concerned as much as the MPP primary, about the MPP primary, as much as I'll be concerned about the NDC primaries. Sure. Yeah, because nothing is cast in stone, even though my wish and hope is that the NDC, whoever will present, will win. Having said that, listening to Jakes is a communicator for MPP. You have clearly asked him. He has already taken his stance. Yeah. Now, if you are doing a top-bottom approach and Kennedy Japan happens to lose the election, where would Jake be? With the comment he has passed this morning, if Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia wins the election. So that is the challenge they will be facing. And so clearly, I think that they need to go back to the drawing board. But knowing them, as we have all known, the citizens of Ghana have complained about cost of living. They never listen. Hence, their abysmal performance in the 2024 election. I know they will not listen. It is somehow a misfeeling for me, because as I've already reiterated, I'm saying that whoever they present will have a contribution to make to the national election. And so I will only urge them that go back to what your people know. NDC did a similar mistake in the past, where, suddenly our people just introduced this ID system where everybody was supposed to go through and vote without necessarily consulting the grassroots people. And you saw how that spun out. It contributed tremendously to the issues that we had in the last elections. Right. So I would just only advise them that MPP, listen to your own people. And also, I will advise people, communicators like JC, that you should be circumspect in the comments that you make now, because it's internal elections. Once you elect your flag bearer, all the comments that you make will come back to haunt you. Taking Kennedy Japan himself, for example, Kennedy Japan, I don't think that when he started his political career, he had ever thought of becoming a president. Because if he had thought of that, there are certain things he did, certain comments he passed, he wouldn't have done that. And I'm telling you, they have not seen anything yet. This is their internal election. If they eventually elect Kennedy Japan to be their flag bearer, that is where NDC will only sit down and play back some of the comment that Kennedy Agyapong has passed, the divisive comment, the tendency to incite people to ethnic and tribal wars. In fact, at a point, I was so offended that he incited other ethnic groups among my people, the Avis, that if they see Igbe people, they should beat them. This is somebody who said he wants to be president. I don't think that that is the right candidate for the MPP. Because in any case, we have gentlemen like the former education minister, Honorable Educhum. I would have thought that they will revolve around a candidate like that, somebody who has the emotional intelligence, the integrity, and the smartness to be able to lead them. But of course, they will not listen. Whoever they bring, NDC will be ready for them. But coming to your question of who leads the NDC, I think that NDC...
And does it not bother you that these people have stepped forward? You know, I did mention that earlier.
Not at all, Mimi. You see, the point is that when you are on the right path, even the spirit supports you. Right now, President Mahama has demonstrated that he is on the right path. I think deep inside you, Mimi, you may not for the sake of your profession agree with me openly, but deep inside you, I know that you agree with me that President Mahama has set Ghana on a different trajectory. And if it should continue this way for the next 10 or 20 years, Ghana will be among countries in the world that will be seen as the best governed countries. And so this...
Benjamin, I'm going to hold you on that. I'm sorry that I have to catch you. But I like what you just brought up. So everybody is gearing or showing love to John Dramani Mahama. If he continues with what he's doing and he succeeds and gives us a great economy and in 4 years, he will not be able to go again. But the love for the entire thing, the love here is for Mahama, not for the NDC. So I'm looking at it, again, whilst you're talking, it just came to mind. I'm looking at it as the goodwill is Mahama's, but not the NDC. At what point do we channel this entire energy to affect the entire NDC so that whoever the NDC presents, Ghanaians are comfortable to say that we are okay with who you're bringing, not we like Mahama. If it's not Mahama, then let's go and look for someone else. That's something I think you should be concerned
That's
about.
a good question you brought, but I disagree with you on the point that the goodwill is for Mahama, but not for the NDC.
Now?
Yes. Mahama campaigned and won the elections on the ticket of the NDC.
But he's a leader.
He's a leader. Yes, Mahama is being admired and being loved for his governance style.
Yes.
That ultimately will reflect positively on the NDC. You can't take the NDC away from that. In essence, what I'm saying is that Mahama is leaving a precedence. Anybody who should win our flag bearer race and follow in the stead will have to necessarily follow in the stead of Mahama. If you deviate from that footpath, we'll hold you accountable, and you have no choice than to hold. That is why it is good when you have a positive precedence, because you see, Ghanaians are wise now. Ghanaians are watching, and when you come and you want to do things contrary to the foundations that Mahama has laid, even internal party members will stand against you. So anybody who win our flag bearer race will have no choice than to follow in the stead of Mahama. So in essence, what I'm saying is that Mahama's performance now, to a large extent that of the NDC, will necessarily compel anybody who will win our flag bearer race to follow in the state. And the person will have no choice than to do that. Because if you don't do that, you lose the favor of the people. And once you lose the favor of the people, you are doomed.
Okay. I'm going to go back to you, Jesse, quickly on this conversation and then have us move on to EC. Over 60 MPs in the MPP are supporting Dr. Mahmoud. In fact, they have actually openly declared their support for him. However, you sit here and tell me that you still think that the MPP is behind Kennedy Agyapong.
So has the system, I'm just asking you a kind question.
Yes.
Has the system MPs voted for Bawumia?
They have shown support.
But does the support mean they are going to vote for him?
What do you mean by that?
No.
So what does the support mean then?
No, does the support means they are going to vote for Bawumia?
Yes.
It's just a mere support. It's never technically. When in election, people...
It's more politicians. I'm kind of more dada.
Mimi, please, let me answer you.
No,
look, in election, look, in election, people vouch their support for people.
Yeah, okay.
Right? It's never new. This is an old style.
Okay.
But you see, when it gets to the election day, after we've done our politics, our campaigns, after we've outlaid what we want to do for the party, and when it gets to the election day, it's between the MP or the voter, it's between the voter and the ballot paper. The support that you've seen on social media doesn't count.
Okay.
And I don't want to even comment on that
that
because it's feeble.
Is it?
It's feeble. Grown-up politicians will never mount up a stage to comment about the support because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up.
Wow.
It really doesn't add up. The fact that you've seen system ministers campaigning for Baumia doesn't mean he's an automatic winner. A lot of things count in election. You know all the indicators and parameters that count in our Ghanaian elections. So what you've seen on social media is insignificant.
Okay.
All these MPs you know also have their candidate backdoor. Yeah, you will never know. Even what you saw on social media was cosmetic.
I see.
Was cosmetic. So Mimi, I don't want you to put up a question on that because it doesn't.
You don't want
up.
me to put up question on that.
Yeah,
When I have a concern
because it doesn't. Because it's insignificant.
If I supported Kennedy Japan,
okay.
Looking at where the numbers of the political party will be going, I'll be worried.
No, it's never a concern to us at all. It's never a concern to us at all. And look, my brother said something about the question you asked him about Mohammed's legacy and a lot of things. Look, after Mohammed's term, Mohammed's vote will not add up to the new flag bearer for the NDC.
I see.
Look, in election, we play on a level ground. When we are going for national elections, nobody has some incubated vote anywhere. So whether Muhammad did well or not, it will die with him when his term ends.
I see.
And you see, a new flag bearer takes off the party. And Kennedy Japan also takes off the party. So it's two new candidates on the battlegrounds.
I can't wait to see who the NDC presents after January 31st, isn't it? Yeah, after January 31st, when you have declared your
Kennedy Japan as the flag bearer.
Your flag bearer.
Exactly. So what my brother said doesn't really count in it. And then he said something about Kennedy Japan's. Okay, that's fine.
So, EC rules out immediate rerun of Ablekuma North. Parliamentary poll says only 3 polling stations in dispute. Now, this conversation is, I mean, a lot of people are already exhausted, you know, with conversations around Ablekuma North. There were calls for a rerun, and that has been totally ruled out by the EC. So we might not be able to, we might not see a rerun, or it's not going to happen. But then there are conversations about, the NDC says we have a pink sheet, or we have pink sheets that gives us a win. The NPP also says that this is not going to count because what are you trying to say? You know, there's this fight between the NPP and the NDC, and that is why people asked for a rerun, so that all other votes will be nullified, and we move on to start a fresh new page. But that's not going to happen. What do we see happening with the declaration of the elections when it comes to Ablekuma North?
Mimi, the work of the Electoral Commission is a very important job. Indeed, as a referee, their failure will spell the doom of this country. I am not that old, but I have witnessed the Electoral Commission and the former chair, Dr. Farijan. I've also witnessed it under the chair, Charlotte Osei, before her uncharacteristic removal from office by the MPP administration. And I have witnessed it under the current regime led by Jemensa. I have sat on this platform prior to the 2024 elections and indicated that the Electoral Commission under Jemensa is a powdered keg that is waiting to explode. And I have called on all well-meaning Ghanaians to scrutinize the work of the Electoral Commission. The Ablekuma North situation goes to support my point. Elections in Ghana are governed by law, and the law that regulates elections in this country is the CI 127. The law that regulates elections currently in Ghana is CI 127. Regulation 43 of CI 127 provide the procedure for the election and declaration of parliamentary candidates. In that procedure, the rules are clear. In fact, I can read it to you. I have it here. The soft copy here, I can read it to you. The rules are clear. That after the election, the EC official at the various police stations will submit it to their boss, and their boss will finally declare the elections in the police station. Of course, the law further says that if during the process, that is Regulation 43C, if during the process there is an issue which is not the fault of the Electoral Commission, which led to their inability to declare the election shall be reorganized in that particular constituency. The law is clear. Now, the EC is saying that due to the violence that characterized the election at the Ablekuma North constituency, they have lost their pin sheets that should have been used in declaring the elections. In fact, Regulation 43 did not say that the EC should depend on the pin sheets of the political parties. Indeed, when the issue was sent to court, not Ablekuma alone, for the outstanding constituencies, one of the directives that the court gave was to the effect that because the EC did not depend on its officers at the collation center, it should go back and depend on its officers at the collation center for the results to be declared. Now you come back and say that you have lost your pin sheets and that you are now taking pin sheets from the political parties that have interest in the election. Mimi, I'm going to an election to win and I have an agent representing me. And you are asking for my copy of my pin sheet for the declaration of that result. Is it not possible that I can taint that pin sheet? That is why well-meaning Ghanaians, people think it's NDC. If you read Regulation 43 clearly, you realize that well-meaning Ghanaians understand the fact that you cannot depend on the copies of the pin sheet, especially scanned and soft copies from the political parties for the declaration of the election. In fact, that is alien to the CI 127 and Regulation 43 that regulates the conduct of elections in Ghana. And so NDC is not asking the Electoral Commission to do anything alien. NDC is only telling the Electoral Commission that follow the law, because the law says that if it is not through your inability or it is not through your fault that something happens in the constituency and the elections were not able to be organized, you shall in law is compulsory. You shall reorganize the election. Why is the EC running away from reorganizing the election? In actual fact, the money you are using is not for you. The money is coming from the citizens of Ghana, and the citizens says that for peace to prevail, reorganize the elections. Why would you want to raise the stakes by depending on the sheets from political parties that have interest in the elections? Maybe are you getting the point? Those are the facts of the case. And in any case, what interest does the EC have in all this? Do you get my question? What is your interest? You are just a referee. Reorganize the election. Let's see the election. We have the resources we have provided for you and declare the winner. Now let me say, if these elections that were conducted in 2024 were to be like the 2021, where the gap between the minority and the majority is so close. Do you know what will have happened in Ghana? Mimi, that it will have been a tension. It will have been like a room filled with gas, and you are lighting a matchstick there. It is because the NDC has won so overwhelmingly that even if we give all the outstanding constituencies to the MPP, it wouldn't even matter. That is why there seems to be some sort of realization in this Ablekuma North situation. I'll go back to Regulation 43 again. It says that the EC shall declare the result immediately. How many months now since the Ablekuma North constituency election is outstanding? This goes to support my point I've earlier made that the current electoral commissioner and the deputy chairs are incompetent. In fact, their failure to declare the Ablekuma constituency result is an indictment and a clear demonstration of their incompetence, and that should be a grounds for their removal from office. I have always maintained that.
For their removal?
Yes, I am saying that the current electoral commissioner, J. Mensah, with her 2 deputies, have demonstrated that they are incompetent and they are unable to perform their functions as expected from them. And for that matter, procedures must be instituted for their removal. Indeed, I'm considering actually petitioning the president to consider the removal of the district. And you should not be surprised if in the next few weeks you hear that I've petitioned the president for the removal of J. Mensah from office.
Wow. Wow. Jesse, over to you with regards to the Ablekuma North conversation. Why do you have to give him bombastic side-eye? Make your point and let's go.
Mimi.
Someone has said their mind and you are giving them side-eye.
Mimi, sometimes, you see, when we sit on your platform, I always love coming on your show because, you know one thing, it gives us the opportunity to educate the people watching us because there are a lot of people that don't know what's going on. So when we sit here, irrespective of our political biases, we should know that the main motive is to educate the people and not to misinform them.
Okay.
Look, this issue is, it's very important because it borders on the integrity of our electoral rule. And it also borders on the integrity and transparency of our election management system. Look, I will help him with the regulations that he mentioned, but couldn't provide it. Look, Mummy, first of all, the EC, right, cannot conduct a rerun of an election based on the stated discrepancies we know. Because the latest law regarding public election regulation, that is CI 127, specifically Regulation 42, tells you that the EC can reconsider and rerun an election on certain circumstances. And in fact, Regulation 42 is the only legal provision that allows the EC to rerun an election. Now, what are some of these circumstances? One, the EC can conduct a re-election if there is something we call vote parity. So vote parity means that 2 or more parliamentary candidates receive the same number of votes, right? So in that circumstance, the EC is legally allowed, without any high court ruling, the EC is legally allowed to rerun an election. And so the threshold in Regulation 42 of CI 127 has not been met with the case in Ablekuma North. And even beyond that, Mimi, when you read Regulation 43, because I heard him mention Regulation 43, when you read Regulation 43, Mimi, it educates us on how election results must be declared. So Regulation 43 says that election results must be declared on pink sheets, which are duly signed and verified. So the sense here is, if pink sheets are missing, the declaration of election results may be incomplete or invalid, right? That's the sense in Regulation 43. Now, EC cannot conduct a rerun of election based on the pink sheets that are missing. And that alone, the missing pink sheets or the unauthenticated pink sheets, does not give EC the unilateral authority to conduct a rerun of an election unless the entire election results is deemed invalid, incomplete, or uncorrectable. So I don't know the legal grounds the NDC is relying on to conduct a rerun of an election. Because even the law tells you that it is only the High Court that can order the EC to conduct a rerun of an election beyond all these regulations. So we all know the ruling from the High Court that EC should go back and complete the collation, right? The High Court didn't tell the EC to rerun the election. So the EC is not going to rerun the election. And they are just following what CI 127 says. That's all. They are not playing their cards to favor a certain political party. I mean, NDC has had that sense of EC favoring MPP. Now we are in opposition. You are saying that EC is favoring us. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So I don't know why the EC is trying to, block the EC from delivering its job. The
You mean
EC
the
is
NDC
not
is blocking the
exactly.
the
I mean, the EC is not going to conduct a rerun of election today. The EC will not do it tomorrow. The EC will not do it in the future. The EC will obey CI 127.
Okay.
And the only provision says that EC can rerun an election if there is vote parity. There is no vote parity in Ablekumanov, and there is no procedural errors in Ablekumanov because
there isn't.
Because listen, when you compare what happened in Dome Kwabenya,
yes,
Dome Kwabenya was a procedural error.
Yes.
That was why EC conduct a rerun of the election.
Right.
But looking at Ablekumanov, there is no procedural error.
Absolutely.
So I don't know the angle where my senior brother in the NDC is coming from. So he should reconsider his
maybe
thoughts
will give me
and
some
come back
time
to
No, no.
Because I'll have loved that you read the regulation for the.
Do you have it for me?
Yeah.
No, but your team, no, don't trust the source. Your team can put it. No.
Maybe
Maybe
can
wrap up
read.
the show.
Maybe,
I'll look at the source.
Yes,
I'll
maybe go to the top. You see, it's from Electoral Commission.
CI
127. Yes.
So the presiding officer shall, as soon as practicable. Practicable, sorry. Okay, let me open this thing up. Practicable, after the announcement of the results of the voting at the polling station in the presence of any of the candidates that representatives of the candidates and the counting agents make up into separate packets sealed with the seal of presiding. What are we reading?
So he's still talking about the missing
Are you at 43? Go to 40. You can start from 42.
Okay.
You see the numbers written.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So 42, 43 downwards.
Where in a parliamentary election after the completion of the counting of votes, including a recount, there is an equality of votes between the candidates, and the addition of a vote would entitle one of the candidates to be declared elected. The returning officer shall A, certify the facts by endorsing the writ, and B, forward the endorsed writ to the commission. So do I continue?
Yes, continue.
The
from
commission
43.
shall, within 30 days after receipt of the endorsed writ in respect of a constituency, conduct a second parliamentary election.
So do you get my point?
Yeah.
Okay, do you get my point?
So what point are you making? No, we are not making any point.
Listen. Don't be political. Listen.
No,
yes,
I'm not.
Okay, so let's just listen.
I'm not being political. Okay, so we read
just
it.
Listening.
Okay, so clearly there are technicalities.
Exactly.
So the EC,
that's the point.
is going to conduct a rerun based on the vote parity.
Okay.
And there was no vote parity in Ablekumanov.
I think based on what I just read, there are instances where if there are any discrepancies of a sort, it doesn't have to be vote parity alone.
Exactly.
You will have to.
Exactly.
But
That's
in
my
any case,
point.
we'll go extensively into this. I always say that, listen, we cannot dissect the entire conversation, but at least we give you clarity on some of the things that you are confused about, and that's what we do here on the AM Club every single Monday morning. I mean, gentlemen, thank you, Benjamin and Jesse. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, but the EC is not going to conduct a rerun.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, they are done. Exactly. So now we just need a security support. That's all.
Just not EC.
That's all. And then the NPP is going
but
to
they have
win.
said it in Parliament.
Exactly. So they're not going to do that.
The conversation continues online. Let's get talking. Let's get educated. And I keep telling you that we're holding this government accountable. We're going to give you everything they're doing, and obviously update you on the developments that come up later. Up on to 2028. Okay, so stay with us here on the AM Club. My name is Miriam Uduak Mensah. We'll be straight to the plug right after this.
Hi, my name is Ruki. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say is my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they'll always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird and produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap that makes things so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all the stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken care of so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 038620 and 0545 037520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Welcome to a brand new season of VIP Access. That's what we're talking about.
VIP Access Podcast is back in 2024 with a brand new season. It's bigger and badder. From Australia, Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Rwanda, and Kenya, Season 4 of VIP Access Podcast will once again present you with a cross-section of Africa's brightest music stars and industry gurus, sharing with you tips and tricks to making it in the game. VIP Access will also highlight East Africa's rising artists in hip-hop, Afro house, classical music, Afro pop, and jazz music genres. Brace yourself for an exciting new season that will spotlight the expansion of African music while exploring the role of women in the music industry.
We are walking superheroes and we sometimes we don't even see it in ourselves.
VIP Access Season 4 is proudly supported by the Australian High Commission.
per my condition, I hardly get a chance as well because I work.
Yeah, we have to get into that. You say you're a banker.
I'm a banker. Yeah.
Wow. So how do you blend that?
It's even now tougher than now. I mean, last year I was here. Yeah. Then I was just I'm in a banker, and I was also helping church. But currently, I'm still pastoring. I'm pastoring full-time, pastoring too, as well as a banker, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's all about trying to manage the time and structuring yourself. Yes.
Interesting. I see that. But with regards to ministry itself, and you know, you bringing out the music and everything, you know, we have this way where people think, oh, it's contemporary, some think, oh, it's the traditional side and all that. Where do you fit in, or for you, is just going with the flow?
Interesting question, but I am for the gospel, and gospel stands for I can fit anywhere where you want to place it. It's about the message that I'm carrying out.
Okay.
So if you've gotten to know some of my songs, I have reggae, I have worship, I have praise line, and anywhere that I'm inspired to move by the Spirit, the most important thing is the message. That is what I'm in for. Yeah.
The message, indeed. Fantastic. So this one that we're promoting, what's the title of the song?
I Worship You.
I Worship You. Yeah. Okay, and where can we get a song?
Oh, it's on all the, digital platform. And the video is on YouTube, and which is being played. So virtually almost everywhere. I mean, now we are dealing with digital.
Yeah, we're in
so
the digital
it's all
era.
Wherever you get it.
Okay, okay. And being in the industry, I mean, what are some of the things that, I mean, because you've already put something out, so definitely you are included in the gospel ministry, would I put that in a gospel industry? Where it is as it is, what do you feel that could be attached to it that could benefit you, you know? Because anytime somebody comes here and is from the gospel side, oh, they'll say, oh, the finances, the money, but you're a banker. So someone would say, okay, do you have a team that you're working with, or it's just by yourself and your own resources that you're pushing, you know, to make it better?
Yeah, so good one there. Currently, I have a couple of friends that help me out.
Okay.
This particular project is a brother of mine, a young brother of mine, who brought the idea that you've been doing this thing in the church for quite a long time. Why don't you put something together and then push it
out? Yeah.
And I gave a thought to it, and I realized I already have quite a number of songs. So we started putting something together. But directly to your question, I always say it anywhere I get the opportunity. My direction may be quite different from probably many. Maybe when the Lord positioned me, I will look at it in a different angle. Yeah. My drive is purely on the message, not for. So sometimes I correct people that I'm into the ministry. I'm not into the artistic part of it. So just as I'm a pastor, I try to also speak the word of God through music. So my direction might not be like the other. I'm strictly by the word of God. And that is what I'm trying to promote.
All right. What's next for OJ?
Yes, in fact, this year, the target was to come up to finalize with the album. And bring it out. But in the line, I was assigned to a church. So as I said, I'm pastoring a church, and it requires a lot of attention. So I decided to slow it down a bit, perhaps come up with this live kind of recording and just push into the public till I get myself settled, and the team come back again to look at the album push. So for this year, it's purely about my church and maybe something in the live stream to get something from me to worship along with.
Okay.
So this year, that's what we are going.
Okay, but are we going to maybe have some concerts here and there? You know, what's in the pipeline?
Yes, there's a concert coming soon. I think it's September.
Okay.
Every last Sunday of September, I organize family praise jam.
Okay.
Where we come together, we invite other guests to come and sing praise to God. In fact, the September month in the church is Family Enrichment Month. So we use that to crown the whole program. So we come together and we sing songs of praise to God. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming through. It's been a blessing having you. Yes. And what's the name of the church?
Spirit Life, ICGC Spirit Life Temple.
Okay, all right, ICGC Spirit Life Temple. So it's a branch of ICGC?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
All right. We know that 40 days is coming.
Yeah, and coincidentally, anytime I come here, we'll be either in the season or just about
to enter. So then it's prophetic. Yeah. We like that. OJ, thank you so much for coming through. It's been a blessing having you. The brand new, it's not brand new per se, but we feel it's brand new for us. So make sure you go get it. I will worship you.
I worship you.
I worship you.
Yes.
Okay, and it's on all digital platforms. So right here. So make sure you go. You just type OJ. It's OJE.
Yeah.
All right. And social media handles, please.
Yes. So Facebook is Eric OJ.
Okay.
And then all other platforms, OJ Ministries.
Okay. Yes. All right. OJ Ministries everywhere. All right. Okay. So well, that wraps it up for our Monday show right here on the AM Club on MX24. My name is Kojo Dazibre. You know what to do. Give us a follow, MX24GH, across all social media platforms. We'll see you same time tomorrow where we bring you another episode right here on the show. Please don't go anywhere. Keep staying with us, all right? Keep staying with MX24, all right? We'll see you same time tomorrow on the show. Bye-bye for now.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.